Good afternoon and welcome to All About Animals. I am Sherry Graditor, as usual. And once again, I'm here with Jill Stites, who is the educational, now wait a minute, what did we say? Environmental educator at Ryerson Preserve, which is an Illinois nature preserve, part of the Lake County Forest Preserve System in Riverwoods on Riverwoods Road. And we've been talking a little bit in the last show about environmental things and green things. And we're going to talk about rain gardens, because rain gardens seem to be the wave of the future, and they really do. And they do wonderful things. So, since I don't know nearly as much as Jill does, I'm going to hand it to her, and she's going to talk about rain gardens.
Thank you. Well, we do have two rain gardens here at Ryerson, and we're standing by the one that's a little bit more manageable as far as if you were doing it in your home. So basically we have plants that like water. They're very used to being in water, and they have a specific purpose. And the ground underneath them basically was augmented or changed a little bit to allow the water to kind of collect in this area. Basically, rain gardens are plants that are a temporary place for the water to collect until it can be dispersed out into the grass, or eventually to the Des Plaines River, which we're close to. So this rain garden does collect that water. The plants allow it to either soak into the ground, or they soak up that water, and then that prevents it from flooding areas that you wouldn't want the rain to be in or the water to be in. It also helps in the winter time as well. Even when the plants aren't growing, the area itself is just suited for quick water dispersal. One of the things that you can do within the rain garden is being demonstrated right now, because it is sprinkling a little bit, and that is our drip chain that we have. It's connected to the eaves on the roof. The rain comes off of the roof into the eave, and then it goes down this chain, and it makes more of a splashing effect that disperses the water. Instead of having that water coming down the downspout and being forced out at the bottom, and sometime eroding the water, eroding away the grass and the dirt and things, this way it just kind of splashes it and kind of disperses it, so it doesn't end up eroding away things. So it's a nice feature. It also adds some noise as well, some kind of calming dripping sounds that attracts the birds. And that's another thing that we want to have happen with the rain gardens, is the availability for the birds to eat the seeds from the plants in the fall, hide maybe in coverage of the plants that are here. There's also a variety of insects that I'm sure visit this rain garden as well, which provide food for the birds as well.
We don't want to talk about the mosquito insects. No.
So, again, rain gardens are very popular. There's a number of different landscape companies that I'm sure would help people with that. We do have a list of plants that we use in this rain garden that, we are more than happy to share any information that we have as well.
Are those plants that are somewhat deer resistant?
Some of them are. I haven't really noticed too many deer in this rain garden area here, so it must be fairly resistant to them.
Yeah, and I know that in Riverwoods, and I live in Riverwoods, we are now building a couple of demonstration rain gardens for our residents, but we are encouraging our residents to put in rain gardens. Because we're told that if enough rain gardens go in, it will help prevent flooding. Now, what kind of soil is underneath here? Do you know?
I'm not positive of the soil. I know that it's been changed enough that it allows the water to just kind of stand for a little bit and then just slowly disperse.
Slowly disperse,
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's beautiful.
It is, and rain gardens and prairie plants, for that matter, anything that's native is better to put in. A lot of native plants are more deer resistant than the ornamentals and things that people do have in their backyards. So planting native plants, it helps with, you know, just the whole grand scheme of things, with the tolerance that native plants have for this area and this region. It's either, you know, really hot or really cold. So these plants are really highly resistant to those extremes, and makes it better.
Okay, going from rain gardens to the other thing that's near and dear to my heart, what kinds of indigenous wildlife do we find in Ryerson?
Okay.
And how apt is someone to see something if they walk through?
Well, the best time to see things is early morning or late afternoon, just before sunset. We do close at sunset, the preserve closes. So anywhere from 6:30 in the morning, you can come out and walk. But like I mentioned, early morning or late afternoon is the best time. Springtime is a great time to see migratory birds come through here. In the summer, we have the fawns that have been, you know, recently born. A lot of, you know, birds especially really frequent Ryerson a lot.
Coyotes, of course.
Coyotes.
Foxes.
Chipmunks, squirrels. Yep, all of those things. Insects.
We all know about
we
the
all
insects.
know about the mosquitoes.
Yeah, we all know about the mosquitoes. And out of curiosity, and this is basically my own curiosity, all of the adjacent communities have been spraying for gypsy moth, which